Thank you for joining us on What the What, where we talk about what is going on with different topics. And today's topic is building your Yaya community. So stick with us. Hi guys, so you may be wondering, why is Sam wearing a tiara on the top of her head? Well, it would look weird if I wore it on my butt. So there you have it. No. Really, guys. So today I want to talk to you about a movie that came out years ago called the Yaya Sisterhood. And before my godmother passed away, she loved this movie. She said, you need to build your Yayas. And she loved this movie because it talked about sisterhood. And I'm not saying, boys, that you can't have your own. I'm just kind of worried about what you would call it. So if you guys have any comments, like and subscribe. Leave me a comment, guys, on what you would call your sisterhood. The only one I suggest that you don't use is the tatas. Okay, you can go with anything else, but don't do that to us girls, okay? So to give you a brief synopsis, the Yayas are a group of girls that grew up together, and they're out in the woods one night when they're kids, and they create crowns as part of their little club, if you will. And throughout life, if anything ever was needed, one of them would come running. Drop of the hat, you know, and everybody needs a support system like that. And a couple years ago, me and all my girls kind of got together, and I was like, listen, I know this sounds weird, but I'm going to send you a tiara because you're part of my Yayas. And I think, you know, we need to start getting together a little more often. And even though we could take years and years of not talking to each other, as soon as somebody picked up the phone and made that connection with someone, they were like, yeah, I'm right here, man. What do you need? You know, and it was fabulous. And I want that for all of you guys out there in my What the What community, because that's what it's about. It's about building that community, right? So with that in mind, I also want to talk a little bit about how having a Yaya sisterhood or brotherhood or whatever you want to talk about helps with everything. I mean, even my channel has been helped so much because of the Yayas. And how I look at it is they're my board of directors. So most of us have seen the movie Inside Out, where you got all the voices in your head and everything. And it used to be that was my board of directors. And I realized, you know, I need some outside influence. And so the Yayas were great with that and absolutely love it. And so all my important decision making, it all comes down to asking the right questions to get the right answers. And who knows you better than your close-knit social community? And with me, it's, you know, my daughters and my aunt and my godchildren and a few other women that have just been really solid throughout my life. And there's such a great support system. And so with this whole process, you know, before I made the decision to do What the What, I was like, what do you guys think? And they're like, that sounds good. Like, yeah, that you need to do that. That's something that is right up your alley. It sounds just like something you would do. Yeah, we totally support that. And with that, anytime I was running into questions about how to get started, you know, please watch my videos and tell me what you think before I send them out to people and whatnot. Got great feedback. Even with the naming of the channel. Absolutely amazing. I just love this group so much. And so if you can build that and have that in your back pocket at all times, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, those people will be there for you. And you have to be really selective on who you let into your sisterhood, brotherhood, whatever. Because again, you don't want your vibe, your vibrations to come down because you chose the wrong people for your group, you know? So keep that in mind. Also, I want to talk a little bit about the benefits health-wise of having a close social group. And studies have been done, even with social communities, housing-wise and whatnot, that your health is benefited so much because if you're around positive people and you have people that are into exercise, guess what? You're going to be exercising. If you're into people that are, doing stuff for the community, like Habitat for Humanity. I say that a lot, but I love that group. But there are several, things that you can do to help out your community, serving soup in a soup kitchen, whatever. Guess what? You're going to be doing that too if that's what your little social group is doing, right? Because you want to be part of the group. So be very, very careful about who you select. And once you get them, make sure that they know that they are that for you, because that gives them a sense of belonging as well. They know that they are important in your life. You know what I mean? So some of the benefits, the CDC has put together a study of how socializing and social groups actually improve your health. And I'm going to go over a couple of these, but I'll leave the link below if you want to look more into it. So some of the benefits, just listen to this. This is crazy. People with close social circles live longer and happier lives. It reduces the risk of heart disease, stroke, dementia, depression, anxiety, quality of sleep, and it promotes emotional support. So if you deal with any of those issues, and I myself suffer from anxiety due to my physical and whatnot conditions, but it's great to know that when I have those moments, I have a support system that brings me from way down to right back up to where I need to be. And it's so important and so beneficial, guys. Take it from somebody who's had to deal with it for quite a while. So also a couple other things that it helps with is it helps boost your confidence, right? If you're around people that understand you as a person, then they're going to say, you did a really great job with this. Maybe this is something you need to look more into. Or way to go, guy, gal, whatever, in whatever you're trying to pursue. It's a great way to boost your confidence, because those are the people, the ones that are closest to you, that are going to tell you how it is. And if you're doing something great, they're going to tell you. And if you're not doing something great, they're going to tell you. And that's a good thing. Even being told, hey, listen, dude, that wasn't cool. Because then you logically, you probably already knew that to begin with, because your spirit guides are going to tell you. But hearing it out loud is a totally different thing, right? So there was another study done by United Healthcare, and this is what they have to say about social communities. It supports the same elements as the CDC with the social circle. In some ways, they suggest, in order to build, this is why I wrote down the one from United Healthcare, because they found basically the same thing as the CDC, but the United site actually tells you how to start building your community, whether it's, starting up at the gym and getting into a class there, or taking cooking classes or art classes, or, anything that's, it's kind of nonsensical, sure, but a lot of times we get into the mode of we're living with our blinders on, and we're like, how do we do this? And as adults, it's way harder to make new friends than it is for children, because they're, they're just so open to everything. But maybe that's the approach we need to take. So if you don't have a social community, if you don't have a Yaya's, or whatever you boys are going to call yours, it does give you some ways to maybe start trying to pick the people that you want in your social circle. And one other suggestion that I would make, my social circle is a circle of very diversified personalities. I have one that is very, very logical, one that's very, very analytical and technical, one that is in healthcare. And I didn't do that on purpose, but I see the benefits of the fact that they are so diversified. So if that helps you, it's kind of like if you're stranded on an island and you could only bring 10 of your closest people, who would you bring? Right? So, of course, I've got my parents. And the reason why I say parents is because it's good to have older people in your little social circle, because they're the ones with the experience, the life experience. There's a reason why in tribes across the world, why the elders were held in such high respect. And that's because they had already done half the things that the younger people were trying to learn how to do. So if you can access, some really good people that are older, that are younger, again, mine's all over the place. And I'm really glad that I have that, because I've got the wisdom of the people that are older than me. And then the younger ones kind of keep me in tune with not only what the young kids are into and everything, but a lot of the technology as well. And I mean, technology moves so fast. And if you're in my age group where your kids are already completely grown, then you kind of have to keep in touch with that. And if you don't work with technology all the time, you're going to kind of get left behind. So, have some younger people, and then look into, who you really enjoy taking advice from. And you definitely need at least a couple people in your group that are not afraid to tell you hard truths about yourself, because that is also going to help you learn and grow, and you can help them as well. And ask yourself, what do I bring to the table in my social group? And with me, it's thinking outside the box. I bring thinking outside the box to our little group. And I also bring kind of a bit of that wisdom, because I have learned from everybody's experiences. That's kind of a Sagittarius thing. And, we love to learn. We love to grow. We love adventure. And so you got to ask yourself, what do I bring to the table? Because that way, when you're in these groups, what your role is to help those others in the group. Okay? So thank you so much for listening to my Yaya sisterhood type of community building. Once you get your community going, guys, it's so great. It's just wonderful. And I really, really hope that you guys comment and let me know how your community is coming along. So I look forward to hearing your comments. Please like and subscribe to see more videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.